Okay, good day students. So welcome to our week 3 and week 4 mathematics 9 for quarter 1. So before we start, be sure you hit that like button, share that one to your friends and classmates, and don't forget to subscribe so that you will be updated sa uban pa nga mga videos nga incoming nato. So I will make it short video in order for you to understand more. So let's go directly to the given topic. Okay, so for week 3 and week 4, it is the nature of quadratic roots. So our objective characterizes the roots of a quadratic equation using discriminant, then describe the relationship between the coefficients and the roots of a quadratic equation. So as you notice, we have there the given example x of 1 or either the formulas for quadratic. So natay formula ani for quadratic formula, so atong bahin into 2. So ang usas negative b, then plus or minus, as you notice plus or minus, but this one positive and negative since there are two roots of a given quadratic equation. So the number represented by b squared minus 4ac is what we call the discriminant. So let's go over to the table para mas madali ra. So the value of discriminant, meaning ang answer na to sa discriminant either 0, positive and a perfect square, positive and not a perfect square, or negative. Then ang iyang nature, kung 0 ang answer, the roots are real, equal, and equal numbers. Then kung positive and the perfect square, the roots are real, rational, and equal. Kung positive pero dili perfect square, roots are real, irrational, and unequal. So as you notice, sa number 2 ug number 3, pareha sila real. Pareha po sila unequal numbers, but kung perfect square, rational. Pero kung dili perfect square, that is irrational. For number 4, negative, therefore the roots are imaginary and complex. Okay? So I hope nakuha ra ha. Again, kung 0, real, equal. Kung positive o perfect square, real, rational, and equal. Kung positive pero dili perfect square, real, irrational, and equal. Kung negative, imaginary. Okay, let's go to the example. Okay, letter A, B, C, and D. So, determine the nature of roots of each of the following quadratic equations. So, para mas madali ra, okay, letter A, letter B, letter C, and letter D. Okay, for letter A, 2x squared plus 8x plus 3 is equal to 0. So, first thing first, let us identify the value of A, B, and C. So, ang A na to sa given is 2, which is this one. Ang B na to is 8. Ang C na to is positive 3. So, using the formula for discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, so let us simply substitute the value of b. Ang value sa b na to is equal to 8. So, morning 8 squared. Then 4, copy ang 4, that is constant. Ang a na to, value sa a is equal to 2. Ang value sa c is equal to 3. So, 8 squared, that is 64. Minus 4 times 2 times 3, that is 24. So, 64 minus 24 is equal to 40. So, let us go back. Kay ang 40, asa man na si dyan nabilong ang 40? Let us check. Positive, perfect square ba? Dili. So, positive, not a perfect square. So, ang iyang nature, real, irrational, and equal numbers. Okay, let us check. The discriminant is greater than 0, meaning dili is the 0, pero positive. So, perfect, not a perfect square. So, the roots are real, irrational, and equal numbers. So, for letter B, C, and D, parihara pag-solve. So, tanaw na to ang letter B. Ang letter B, okay, assuming na na-solve na ninyo. So, i-check na lang sa inyong LASA or sa learning activity sheets ninyo. Okay, 49. So, ang 49, positive. At the same time, perfect square. So, ang iyang roots, real, rational, and equal. Okay, so let's proceed to letter C. Answer na lang tadiritso ha. Okay, for letter C, ang answer is 0. So, kung 0 ganing, therefore, the roots are real o equal. Okay, for letter D, answer is negative. Kung negative, the roots are imaginary. So, I hope na-gets ra ninyo kung unsaon pagkuha sa discriminant. Okay? So, now let's proceed to the relationship between roots and coefficients of A, B, C of a quadratic equation. So, to get more nga faster ta, mas madali tagin sakto. Okay, for there are two roots, r's of 1 and r's of 2, meaning root 1 and root number 2. So, as you notice, parehara sila og formula, only that ang r1 positive, ang R2 negative. So kung atong nang kuhaon na tayo relationship between the sum and the product. So di na ni nato i-discuss og insakto para mas madali ta og kuan. Okay, para sa formula for the sum kini ra tong timan-an. R of 1 meaning root number 1 plus root number 2 is just equal to negative b over a. While sa iyang product, R1 times kay gitapad man R2 is equal to c over a. Again, sum of the solution or the sum of the product or rather the sum of the roots R1 plus R2 is equal to negative b over a. While the product of the roots R1 times R2 is equal to c over a. Okay, in order for us to understand, let us get some examples. So, this one is the corrected one. Sa inyong last, palihog na lang ko o go over sa corrections kanang na mga arrows. Okay, find the sum of the product of the roots. So, timan-an na to ha. Ang formula, R1 plus R2 is equal to b, negative b over a. R1 times R2 is equal to c over a. Okay, example, 2x squared minus x plus 6. So, first thing na itong buhaton is to get the value of a. A is equal to 2. Ang B na to kay negative man na, automatically that is negative 1 plus 6. So substitute na to negative B over A. So ang B na to kay since that is negative 1, so ito ibutang diha. Kopyahon ang negative nya kay negative man ang B isud og parentheses. Then ang A na to is equal to 2, that is 2. So negative 1 times negative 1, that is 1 over 2, that is 1/2. That is the sum. And the product, C over A. So, ang C na to is 6. Ang A na to is 2. 6 divided 2, that is 3. So, therefore, the roots is, or the product of the roots is 3. The sum of the roots are 1/2. So, for letter B, so for the corrected one, 5x squared plus 3x plus 1. Okay, so, you have A is 5, B is 3, C is 1. Sa inyong last, palihog na lang kung correct kung unsay na sign ba or nasayop dihang akuan. So, ang let B na to, copy ang negative, ang B na to is equal to 3 man, so copy lang ang 3. Then, ang C na to is, or A na to is equal to 5. So, negative 3 fifth. Then, ang atong roots or product, C over A, 1 over 5. So, that is 1 over 5. Okay, so that would be the sum and the product of the roots. Okay, for your assessment, let us determine or find the nature of the roots and find the sum and the product of the roots. So, by completing the square. So, example, given quadratic equation, then isuwat nimo diri ang values of A, B, and C, then discriminant sa answer, then ang iyang nature sa roots, then the sum of the roots, the product of the roots. So, inyo ra ibutang din ni ang inyong answer. So, in the separate sheets, you will make a table like this, then ibutang ninyo ang final answer, but be sure nga to show your solution for more points. Okay? So, thank you and God bless. Happy learning everyone. So make sure to share, like, and subscribe para updated mo sa uban nga mga videos. God bless kaninyong tanan.